Good morning. Hello. Greetings, everyone. My name is Gilbert Contreras. I am currently the interim president at Fullerton College. I think first and foremost, it requires a lot of help. So starting with the premise that there are a lot of people who assist me in time management, both professionally and in personal life. And I think it starts with an approach that you have to prioritize self-care and prioritize time for yourself. So I think some of the best tools that I've used to manage my time has been to schedule time for family, schedule time for personal care, for self-care, schedule time for administrative duties related to your career, and also schedule time for important quality moments in your personal life with family, with loved ones. One of the things that has been really helpful for me is at the end of each day, I look forward to the next day and, schedule time to prepare for what's coming up in the next day. At the beginning of each day, I look forward to the day and how it is going to unfold. Where are some moments and how to prepare for the day? Similarly with the week, at the end of each week, I look forward to the next week and try to anticipate or schedule time for important tasks or items that I have due that are important for me to submit, reports or deadlines. And again, with the month, scheduling time to look forward to the next month, anticipating more long-term projects. And that also is helpful on the family front, working with my wife and my kids, looking at their schedules on the weekends, looking forward to the week, looking forward to the month, talking through their goals and hobbies and interests, looking forward to the years that come ahead, and really trying to accomplish all of that and working together as a team. So I think it's a mixture of things that work for, your teammates who are helping managing your time at work. So for us, it's Outlook, it's email, but also it's text. Sometimes, this is a tip I don't recommend, but it's something that's worked for my wife and I. Like if I need to remind myself about a deadline coming up at work, I'll send my wife a text and say, hey, Kathleen, I have this coming up. And, it's more of a reminder for me. And she's like, that's great, but it's kind of relying on that strong connection I have with my wife that I'm able to send her something that's important to me related to work. But also I think, establishing ways of communicating with the people who are helping you on your schedule. So for students or for other people, it may be the people you're working with or your faculty members or your classmates, you're part of a study group or, a tutor who's assisting you, but establishing ways of communicating and establishing those boundaries that work for you. Yeah, I think that the takeaway for number 2 is to give yourself grace and to prioritize self-care and personal care in managing time. It's important to give yourself that space to make you a whole person. You especially as we get busier, we want to make sure that we have time to give quality time. It's not just minutes, it's quality minutes towards anything, whether it's work or family. It's not the amount of time, it's the intent and intensity and quality of the time. And that's especially important in our personal and family relationships.
My name is Urooj Naveed. I am a junior at UCLA. I'm a community college transfer from Fullerton College, and I'm majoring in political science. I think before I even start about thinking how I'm going to manage it or time block it or schedule it, I really think in terms of prioritizing and what I really need to get done. So I am a full-time student, but I also work part-time, and I'm also a family person, and I'm also into a lot of other things. So really just trying to figure out and prioritize, what really do I want to do within the week and what really gives me happiness and the energy, and kind of going from there. That's where I usually start. So really beginning of every week mentally too, I start thinking about, oh, all these things I'm going to do this week. And I also try not to overdo it, because there are a lot of things that I want to do. I want to do 100 things at the same time, but that's just realistically not possible. And now that we're finally back in person, we also have to think about commute time and actually walking to places, and all those unexpected things that just got rid of in the pandemic are back now. So I can't do as much as I wanted to do. So really beyond classes and work, I can really only do one or two things in the day. And sometimes that gets taken up by something like a car oil change or whatever, like it's random things pop up. So you also have to anticipate that you're just not going to be able to do as much as you think you want to do. So I think starting from minimizing that list, minimizing that to-do list, that actually is really helpful. And that is what I personally do. Just kind of really focusing on all that I absolutely have to do and some of the things that make me happy. And then the rest can just kind of be on the back end. Well, I guess I started what I absolutely don't recommend. I know there's this huge social media YouTube thing going on with like boohoo journaling or these really expensive planners, and going really all out and buying these expensive online templates like Notion. I mean, it's not that expensive, but the idea is to spend money on it, right? To plan out your day and to just be that girl and be super productive, yada, yada, yada. And I think unless that absolutely actually helps you and makes you really, really productive, I would not recommend ever doing that. It's just, if you're spending that much time on managing your time, like, when are you actually going to get the work done? So what I would recommend is actually sticking to the simple stuff. And instead of trying to manage your time, try to manage your energy. What I really mean by that is certain people work best at certain times. For me, it's the morning and the afternoons. At night, I'm done. My brain's done. I just need to sleep, right? Whereas other people, it's the exact opposite. They can't function in the day. At night, it's when they. So whatever it is, figure it out for yourself. Figure out what situation you work best at, what situation you function the best at. Try to manage your energy and try to get your energy up. So if you feel yourself getting distracted, if you feel yourself getting tired, like, do things that make you happy. Like, sometimes I'll be randomly craving ice cream and I will go get ice cream in the middle of a study session. Or sometimes I'll be randomly craving to watch a drama. And if I know I don't really have the time, I'll just go instead and watch like a 5-minute clip of it. Something like that, where you're not forcing yourself to be a robot, and giving into your desires too. Like, if there was this festival this weekend, I absolutely had no time to actually go to it because I had so many assignments, but I made, I went to it from 6 to 9 p.m. exactly. And I was back at home at 9 doing my assignments again. So do things that actually make you happy. If you're going to keep putting those on the back end, you will have a massive burnout, which I did. And then you won't be able to do anything whatsoever. So then you're just done. So yeah, just balance it out. Don't overdo it. Don't push yourself. I know everyone is doing a lot of stuff, or it seems like everyone's doing a lot of stuff, but let them do their thing and you do your thing.
So I'm Jodi Balma, and I teach political science at Fullerton College, and I also am the faculty coordinator of the honors program. So I think that actually college is a really great preparation for time management in life, because you have so little control over what your deadlines are. And I think that is really important. So when you don't have control, you're on somebody else's timeline, and you have to meet those deadlines, and you have to figure out how to put everything in order. When you're done with college, you still have a job, and you still have demands on your time that you don't have control over. The more agency that you can have, the happier you will be. Right? The more choices that you get to make about what jobs you do, what tasks you do, and when you do it, it is really about the balance we're looking for. It's not that you can suddenly get rid of all of those demands, but the better you know yourself of when you are most productive, when you need to have things done, the more successful you'll be. And I'm a big believer in all ways of bribing myself. Psychologists would call it behavior management, positive rewards. And so I will do that. I will set rewards and goals for myself. And that makes me very happy to earn whatever it is I've decided I deserve. I think there's a ton, right? There are apps, there are calendars, there are just, paper and pen. It's about finding what works for you. So the best management and organizational tool in the world only works if you use it. So again, it's about knowing yourself and knowing what motivates you. I think if you find an app that works, that's great. If you just use a piece of paper and mark things off. I developed pretty early a semester long, just one piece of paper to have everything on one piece of paper. So it's just 16 columns of all the deadlines that I had because it was really easy. One of the problems with triage, which is what I use of, what do I need to do today versus what do I need to do 2 weeks from now that I kind of need to start, is that you can forget those long-term goals and you push them off too far. And so knowing kind of how to balance what do I have to get done today and what do I need to start so that it's not overwhelming. We use the metaphor of an elephant, that if you have a huge, massive project, a dissertation, a thesis, a semester-long research, that you have to eat an elephant. And that is overwhelming and can kind of shut you down mentally if it seems too overwhelming. And so you just wake up every day and you say, okay, I'm going to take this little piece of the elephant and I'm going to make it into a salad and I'm going to make tomorrow's a sandwich. And you just take it piece by piece. And the more you can operationalize that of what concrete goal do I have today and what reward do I earn from myself, I think really keeps you going so that you don't kind of spiral into I can't possibly eat an elephant. I can't possibly get this all done. And so I just shut down. And so that kind of time management for really big projects, I think is important. And particularly for students who are first gen and don't have advisors in their life to say, just take a little tiny piece of this. I think that can be the best advice.
So I hope you enjoyed our interviews with Dr. Contreras, Urooj Naveed, and Professor Balma. To recap their primary points or the main takeaways from this video, I want to run through the most critical advice that the three of them shared. So first, plan ahead. Make a schedule for each day at the beginning of each week and at the beginning of each month. Second, communicate. Work with those around you to ensure that you're managing your time in the most efficient way possible, but also that you're reaching out to others for help when you need it. 3, prioritize. Decide which goals and obligations are most significant, whether they're in your personal life, your professional, or your academic areas. 4, don't overcomplicate it. If there's something that works for you, whether that being a scheduling technique or a particular process for approaching assignments, use that. If it already works, don't overcomplicate it by spending extra money or by adding or trying to navigate a brand new system. 5, reward yourself. This is my personal favorite. If you accomplish something major or something that was really significant to you, give yourself a reward. Take a break. Do something that you enjoy. Make sure that you're fitting in that self-care in between all your other obligations. And then finally, break it down. If you have a major assignment, a major project, something for work or school, divide it into manageable portions. Don't try to tackle the whole project all at once and overwhelm yourself. Give yourself that grace. Let yourself have time to do each segment. And then as you complete them, give yourself some rewards because you deserve it. All right, so that concludes our video. Hopefully you learned something from the various interviews. If you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up and thank you for watching.